Hello and welcome everybody to today's video. Welcome to the Vee Academy. My name is Crumbrion, Professor Crumbrion, if you would. And today, we're going to be taking a look at a wonderful game that we played on Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. And be happy to get your reactions to it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. If you want to follow me and watch games in real time, check me out on twitch.tv/Crumbrion. For now, let's go check out the game. Thanks for watching.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's amazing that like 5 games in a row now, like seriously 5 games in a row now, we have gotten to a point where we just need one card to win and we just can't draw it. That'd be an interesting one, Zenny. Yeah, but even then, like again, it's if you're the decks that it's going to be used against, it's not really. It doesn't really matter, right? Just make that play, because then at least they can shut down their Lugia's ability. Kyogre Baxcalibur would appreciate it? Maybe. Hard to say, but maybe. Neutralization zone, as if that makes a difference in this game. And they played it immediately too, which is hilarious. Wow. Well, Iono helps me, so that's fine. You're preparing for the cup right now? Let's go, Ruby. Good luck. Good luck, good luck. Yeah, man, Archeops, dude. Fuck off. So, I'm gonna do this because I don't want to discard anything else necessary. Oh. Ralts. PM Eva. Dot. We at least get a chance to play the game. Yeah, because they can't get the Archeops until they retreat the Lugia to the bench, right? Because the Midnight Fluttering is going to shut down the ability to turbo the Archeops to the bench, but... Protecting the birdies from getting bossed up and killed. It's going to attack for 4 energy to go anywhere on the board. Now they just get it. Unfortunate for us. They get to retreat with Cinccino and get the Lugia VSTAR. Pity. But at least it's 2 special energies that are off the board now. That they don't get to use. They can't use their Summoning Star ability yet. He's going to have to retreat it to facilitate that, so... Yeah, good. Is that a gift energy? A therapeutic? Yeah. At least it's 2 special energies that are gone. That's fine. I'm going to put up the Drifloon here. We're not necessarily worried too much. You pulled a Regidrago VSTAR from prize packs today. Might be joining the dark side. It's a garbage deck. Like, people are figuring out that it's an inconsistent shit pile, so... They do not play it as much. I think it's like dropped from 35% of the deck share to 7% of the deck share, which is ridiculous. Are you just going to turbo everything on your Cinccino? That would be hilarious. So we have 1 energy in the discard pile, not good. We'll have 2. So we'll be able to attack with Drifloon if we get a Gardevoir, but not an ideal situation for us right now. But pretty... I mean, we're also perfectly fine having Neutralization Zone. Secret Box. Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, I'm very tempted to use Tulip. So I could facilitate Secret Box here. But I'm also not. I want Iono, so we get it. Full value out of it, at least. Are you fucking kidding me? Potentially get another Gardevoir going here, but like this is insane. Don't tell me that my Gardevoirs are prized. I'm gonna be pissed. If that's the case. I boss up a Curlia. Oh, my Drifloon. Shocker. Well, it's one boss wasted at least. That's fine. We don't even need the charm to attack into this deck, so like we don't even care. Yeah, man, reversal energy. So smart. You're so smart, dude. Well, Turos is not going to help here, for sure. Serendipity does. Serendipity helps, and the boss is off the board, so there we go, finally. What does this get us now, though? We can attack with Alakazam, but that's not going to do anything for this, right? We could attack with Monkey. Don't need Crispin anymore. Oh, cool of them to show up now. Can't get a stadium to save my life, but good for them to show up now. Well, I can't confuse them. So, well, hold on a second, let me think. No, we got there with Alakazam, actually. Yeah, we get there with Alakazam. To at least kill one. Make him useful, at least. We need the 30? Yeah, we need it to be exactly 30. Unfortunately, it gives them a full hand, but that's a lot of energy down. Calamitous Snowy Mountain is good, so we can bump Neutralization Zone. Lugia can't do anything here. Thanks. Well, I mean, he can attack because it's a Rollbox Pokemon, but we get our Drifloon back if that's the case. So. Oh, please put more energy on Lugia, please. Thank you. That's excellent for us. That's a lot of energy on this. That's going to die next turn, so that's perfect. You're going to boss up my Fez.
Bruh.
It's still going to die. It's not changing the situation right now, so it's still going to die. And say goodbye to Neutralization Zone. Goodbye to the easy KOs as well. I think we keep one Curlia. If they play Lost Vacuum in this list, it doesn't, but I'm going to be pretty pissed off if they do. I'll be very annoyed. They're going to be down a lot of energy now, so. 10 energy. They have 12 energy right now on the field, or in play at some point. We'll see how much more they have left. See what they have left. Doesn't look like anything. I don't think they can get there. Be nice if we can get a second Monkey Dory down, because then we could just guarantee. But I think our other dark energy is somewhere still. think we Iono them here, actually. Yeah, I think it seems like the play. This might be bad because it could just put energy back into their hand, but... back into their deck, rather. This is all I can do. Like, there's a ton of their energy that are in the discard pile now. They're gonna have to have a boss's orders and energy in the deck. They have one. Do they have the other? Not the scariest Cinchino, right? Because we potentially just win on this turn because we can monkey damage over and kill the benched one. So they don't have special roll. They only are doing a little bit of... Because the reversal is not active because they're ahead in prizes. Yeah, and then the double turbo, they don't get there. They need bosses in hand. If they have bosses in hand, I'm going to be pissed. They can't counter catcher me. Yeah, GG. We win. That was close as fuck. That was close as fuck. Oh boy, man, that was a game. Holy shit. That was really bad for us too, because we were so behind in that. We were really behind in that. That's crazy. We came back. Power of Gardevoir though. Like they had Minccino in the active, and then they had Lugia on the bench. We had Fluttermane in the active and Alakazam, so we didn't have a Ralts to start the game. So they had therapeutic energy, which means that they can't get confused, which is really annoying. So we had to boss out, like ideally. So what happened here is our opening hand, we had Iono. We could have Iono'd turn one, but that means that they guaranteed to get Lugia VSTAR's ability off, and so I wanted them to work for it. So we had to boss out their Lugia to put it in the active spot, which means that they're going to have to put 2 energy on Lugia to retreat it, and that's 2 less energy that they're going to have later in the game. So I think that kind of actually won me the game a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why they're playing like reversal and shit like that, because special roll doesn't scale based on how many energy are attached to Cinchino. I guess they must run Weird Ear in this list then. Because that's the only thing that would make sense, but and then they had Neutralization Zone out very, very early, which I'm fine with playing around as a Gardevoir. We're totally okay. Because we're attacking with like non-EX Pokemon anyways for most of the game, so we don't care. But then they Iono us, which is fine. We were going to Iono anyways, because we didn't even have a Ralts, and we had 2 Curlias in hand, so... Then they get a Minccino out. And they read the wind to get 1 Archeops down, so that was unfortunate for us. But we get to facilitate 2 energy in the discard pile to get a Ralts. At least we put Ralts down. We have to Night Stretcher energy back because we don't have energy in hand. which is kind of unfortunate, but I didn't want to discard anything else, so I had to discard those. It was either that or the Ralts or the Tulip, none of which I want to get rid of, right? So we have to play the Ralts to the bench. So we have 2 Ralts on the bench now. TM Evo. We get the 2 Curlias out finally on our second turn, which very unfortunate because that could have happened. Did we go first or did we go second? We went first. Okay. So that was the earliest that we could have had the TM Evo, but we could have had Curlias in hand on turn 2. We could have just manually evolved. We had the TM Evo, which is very unfortunate. So we're already behind from that point. So then they get Research, which facilitates another Archeops on the bench. So they're completely set up. They have lost Vacuum too. That's ridiculous. And Jamming Tower. They had lost Vacuum and Jamming Tower. That's insane. I don't think Lugia normally runs either of those. So kind of fucking weird that they had it in this matchup, and kind of weird that they decided to throw it away. It's a good thing that we didn't bump the neutralization zone before they got rid of Jamming Tower, because if we bumped the neutralization zone, they would have just put Jamming Tower and we would have been screwed. Because they thought neutralization zone was the better play. I think Jamming Tower is probably the better play. And they got rid of their... Because, I mean, if they're getting rid of their lost Vacuum, they should have just played this. I don't know why they didn't. That was a huge misplay on their behalf. For sure. They get Lugia to the active. They realize that they can't use the ability. They can't use the Summoning Star until Lugia is on the bench, so they have to put down... They have to discard the 2 energies from Lugia. So that was good. We're forcing them to use resources. Use Summoning Star, Primal Turbo, Shocker, Primal Turbo, and then Special Roll, so we lose Flutter Mane instantly. That's what we assumed was going to be happening anyways, but making the work for it. We get Secret Box, which ended up being pretty nice, because Secret Box, like, we get rid of Tulip, we, for a Comfy and a Bravery Charm. We get rid of Comfy for Earthen Vessel and Iono, which is nice because now we can get energy, right? So we get energy with that. We facilitate more energy in the discard pile with Secret Box, which kind of was huge, and then we can Iono on that turn as well, leaving us with 1 left in the deck. So we Iono. We don't get anything off of it, unfortunately. We get like pretty much next to nothing, which really fucking sucked. It is nice because we did end up getting a rare candy, which later would be nice. But so we get a Ralts down. We retreat the Drifloon, get another energy in the discard pile. It doesn't matter because they gusted it up anyways. They bossed it back up, which turned out to be good for us in a way, because this Ralts became a Gardevoir, so we get to keep our 2 Curlias and we get to have a Gardevoir, so that was actually pretty nice. So then I don't know why they attached a reversal energy to Lugia. That doesn't make any sense at all, because it doesn't work on Lugia. But, you know, and they were ahead in prizes anyways. So we lose a Bravery Charm there. That kind of sucks. So now they're ahead 2 prizes to 0. We discard Turos because it wasn't going to be anything that we could do with Turos. We get Pheasantipity, Nest Ball. Flip the script. We finally get Gardevoir. Like super duper late, we get Gardevoir and a Buddy Charm, Bravery Charm. Turn 4. That's really late for a Turbo Gardevoir. We Refinement. We get a second Gardevoir. They're all showing up now, of course. Wasn't a Crispin game either. Weren't going to be using Crispin in this one. Psychic Embrace, we get energies, doing her thing. Alakazam's in the active spot. So Alakazam attacking here is really important because it's a single prize attacker that we can use safely without having to give up 2 prizes, and we can get there. We can do 80 damage with Mind Ruler. The Cinccino in the active had 110, but we do 30 damage. We push the 30 damage over from the Alakazam to the Cinccino, and then we just do the 80 damage for exactly 110 and knock out that. So that was a really huge one. So we didn't have to use a 2 prizer to KO a 1. So we swap out 1 prize attacks. So now they've taken 2 prizes, we've taken 1. They put up Lugia, surprisingly. I was thinking I was gonna have to tempt this out and like gust it or something, but no, they just put Lugia straight up. Because Neutralization Zone is still in play, and so this is the only time that Lugia can be effective in battle against something that has a rule box. So that was interesting. And so they attach to Lugia. They attach a whole bunch of stuff to Lugia. Oh, right. They gust up the Pheasantipity. That's right, too. So they gusted up the Pheasantipity, and they took out the Pheasantipity, which didn't really end up mattering to us at all, outside of the fact that now they're down to 2 prizes. They KO the Pheasantipity. They could have just as easily done that with Cinccino as well, by the way. Like, there is literally no reason to put Lugia in danger to attack Pheasantipity, because they 100% could have attacked it with Cinccino. Was absolutely no reason for them to do that, so that was a huge misplay. We Super Rod the Balloon back in because we had Nest Ball. We get the Balloon down again. We had the Bravery Charm in hand. Bump the Neutralization Zone. We put down Calamitous Snowy Mountain because now this is going to disincentivize him from attaching from hand to like the Minccino on the bench. It doesn't do anything for the evolution Pokemon, obviously, but if he decides to start attaching manually to the Minccino, it's going to start taking damage. So it's number one, getting rid of Neutralization Zone so I can facilitate attacks with Gardevoir easier, and then I don't have to, and then, you know, potentially making him have to do something that's uncomfortable. So we put up the Alakazam because we need the energy in the discard pile on Alakazam anyways. So the 2 energy that are on Alakazam were for the attack, and now we use it for the retreat cost. Put up Drifloon. We have enough energy on the Drifloon now in the discard pile to attack for 300, so get the 30 damage on the Cinccino, which could be important later. We knock out the Lugia, so with that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of a sudden, Lugia has cost them 6 energy in this matchup, right? Because they had to play 2 to retreat it, so that's 2, and then it gets knocked out for 4. So it's 4 energy, like 6 energy cards that were dedicated to Lugia already, and then his first Cinccino that died, that got KO'd. How much was that down? Three. So that's 9 energy on 2 Pokemon so far. That's a lot of energy. That's quite a bit of energy on 2 Pokemon. So then we get Nest Ball. So they just instantly special roll. They don't do anything else. They could have Archeopsed. You know, this is where it becomes an issue for them, right? Because they have 2 Archeops on the bench on turn 6. They have a chance to go in their deck and pull out 4 energy cards and put it on their bench Cinccino to have an attack set up for the following turn. They don't do it. They just opt to attack with the Cinccino that's in the active instantly. And we're already setting up for the next turn because we're pushing damage around. I think it was the next turn. Yeah, this is our turn 6. So we're setting up damage on turn 6 here. So we Adrena Brain to the Minccino. Hopefully this doesn't evolve, right? Because we're pushing 50 damage onto this Minccino. We're using the damage that's on the active Cinccino that we placed earlier. We placed 30 damage on the Cinccino, and it came up, and they brought that up as a 30 damage attack already, so that they wanted to knock it out. So we used the Alakazam to push the 20 onto the Minccino on the bench, so that we're fully utilizing the damage that we've already put across with Munkidori. Then we do another 30 damage from off of the Gardevoir onto this Minccino, so it has 50 damage. So the following turn, if this Minccino doesn't evolve, it's a free KO, and that gives us a 2 prize turn, because all of a sudden we're in a situation where we have like 3 prizes to their 1. They have 1 prize card left, and we have 3 prize cards left. So we have to take 3 prizes in basically a turn and a half to have a chance to win the game here. So we Ultra Ball, we get a second Munkidori down. We unfortunately didn't get the other Dark Energy, which would have facilitated a KO a lot sooner. It would have been nice to get a second Munkidori with the Dark Energy down, because then we could have guaranteed the extra 20 damage pushed over to Minccino that turn and not have to hold our breath so that he doesn't get another Cinccino out. So that was a bit of a Monka situation, but we end up using Refinement. We put them down to 1 with Iono, which was huge. I don't know what 1 card they were left with, but it was definitely not a good one because it didn't really do anything for them. But yeah, drawing the Iono here was massive because they had a hand of 9, and we Ionoed them down to 1. Palpad just to try and get Boss's orders back in the deck. And Miracle Forest, Knockout Cinccino, so that's like 11 energy cards that are gone now in the discard pile. They don't have an easy way to get those back. So then they Primal Turbo for 2 energies, Primal Turbo for 1 energy. So they had only 3 energies left in the deck. That's it. For 190. And I don't think, yeah, 240 wouldn't have gotten there because Gardevoir only had 10 damage on it. So yeah. If they had, in a previous turn, pulled 2 energy, put it on the bench, Cinccino, pulled 2 energy, put it on the bench, Cinccino, and then this turn pulled 2 energy, that would have gotten a kill on Gardevoir. But because we forced their Lugia to discard 2 energy early, and they overpumped the earlier Cinccino and didn't have the foresight to have endgame, because they over compensated for the amount of damage that they're going to do on Cinccino. If they had better energy management, they actually probably win this game. But it doesn't matter because on this turn we just get to do 20 more damage to Alakazam, which already had 20 damage on it. We push over 30, knock out the Minccino, attack the Cinccino in the active for the last 2 prizes. They were on 1 prize for 2 turns. They whiffed the attack. They didn't get bosses, which was great. We might have Iono'd a boss away from them on that one hand. They had 1 card left and it was not boss's orders. They couldn't counter catcher because they were 1 prize to 2. And we take our last 2 prizes. Pretty wild. Pretty good game.